Hey guys, welcome to or back to my channel. I am going to paint my nails today and I thought, why don't I just set up a camera and talk about what I'm thinking about while I paint my nails. So that's what I'm going to do. The thing that I want to talk about today is something that has just been on my mind lately. So today is a really quiet and overcast day, which just felt like the right day to talk about this. And the reason that I want to talk a little bit about how to find your purpose or how to find your passions in life is because I'm at a really pivotal point in my life. I graduated from college a few months ago, and I mean, right now we're in the middle of a pandemic, which is really unforeseen circumstances. It's still this point in my life where everything is changing and I'm trying to figure out what I want out of my life and what I'm going to be doing. Up until this point in my life, everything has just been kind of pushed along for me. I was put in school and I had to go through school, and then after that the logical thing to do is to go to college. Now I'm at a point where everything I do from now on is on my own accord. If you're at a pivotal point the same way that I am, you might be having just graduated from high school and thinking about what you're going to do next, or also graduated college, or just, questioning what it is that you want to do with your life. This video might be helpful to you, and I don't want to sound like I have all of the answers because I don't. I just want to share my own experiences and give my perspective and hopefully open a dialogue, and I would love to hear from you guys if you have thoughts or if you disagree or whatever it is. Okay, so first of all, let me show you the color that I am going to paint my nails. It's this like nude color. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is basically this idea that I think has been fed to me subconsciously through like the mainstream media, and that is the idea that whatever you are passionate about, that's what you should chase to turn into a career, which I agree with to some extent, because I think that it's important to like what you do and to make a career out of things that you're good at and things that you enjoy. But I think that it's not crucial to make your sole passion and your sole purpose in life be your job. And the reason I say that is because I don't think that everything in life has to be about work and productivity and how much for the economy you can produce. If you live in the US, you know that something that's really heavily emphasized here is ideals of productivity, of starting at the bottom or starting at a certain point and working really hard and shooting yourself up to, a successful place and where you want to go, which I think is really good in some ways. There's so much area for opportunity here, and you really can do whatever you want here. But I think on the flip side of that, we have really promoted everybody working as their sole purpose. And I just don't agree with that. I don't think that the whole point of life is to work. We should be enjoying our lives and doing things that make us happy, surrounding ourselves with people that make us happy. It's almost as if that career that you follow and the career path you go on is your one and only source of happiness. So I don't know if my analysis of that is wrong, and I know it's clearly not true that your only source of happiness is your job. Sometimes I think that your career really just is that. It's just your career and it's what you do to make money. And I think sometimes it's okay. For example, in my own personal case, I am very passionate about writing. It is something that I've always enjoyed doing since I was really little. I always knew that I wanted to one day write my own book, and it's something that I still would really like to do, but I can't picture myself only writing books. And even though that's the one constant thing in my life that I know that I love to do, it makes me so happy because it's kind of like a natural strength of mine. I have not wanted to try to make that be my one and only career path just because it's not something that's super stable. So I decided to try to take that strength and turn it into something practical. Right now I'm currently pursuing a role in public relations, which is really based in being a strong writer. Right now that's working and it's making me happy. Would I say that PR is my number one passion in life and the one thing that I want to do for the rest of my life? I think right now it's hard for me to say yes or no to that question. So to be able to figure out what your purpose in life or what you want to do with your time, you have to recognize that you don't have to make a decision when you're 18 choosing your college major, or when you're 22 and just graduated college, about what your whole life's purpose and passion is going to be, because you can change it and you can continue to reinvent yourself. I wish I would have recognized sooner, and right now I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. And then that's also not really to say that people who pursue their one passion as their career are wrong. You know, if somebody has a business that they want to start and they really go for it, I think that's amazing. If somebody wants to be an artist and make art, music, photography, like whatever it is, I think it's amazing that, you know, people are able to go and make those dreams happen. The next thing that has been helpful for me is recognizing that as humans, we are instinctual creatures and we are all inclined to different things and different interests. And so the more that you listen to your instincts and really get to know yourself and do more of those things that make you happy or that make you feel fulfilled, the more you get to that point of knowing that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know if everybody feels this way, but something that I've always felt is that we are put on earth for a purpose. And so what I've been doing as I've grown up is trying to figure out what my own purpose is. So you may believe the same thing, you may not. You might feel like we're here on earth to enjoy life, which I agree with. I think that we are on earth to enjoy, because everybody has different interests, different skills, different things that, you know, motivate them. I think that we all have a calling or a purpose, and a way to figure that out is to go with your instincts, trust your instincts, and just do the simple things that make you happy. A lot of times I think we associate some level of guilt with doing things that aren't necessarily productive in terms of bettering your career or your health or your relationships with people, whatever it is. You need to be able to disassociate yourself from that guilt, if it is that you do feel it, which for me, I do. But if you find something you love doing, don't ignore it. Do more of the things that you love to do. Everything that you do doesn't have to be for something bigger than just doing it what it is and producing joy for you. I like to view doing things that I like doing as an investment into myself and into my own well-being. You might not know exactly what things you're passionate about, and I think that's okay. We are continuously coming up with new passions, and that's a really cool thing about life. I would urge you to follow your instincts and really look at what it is that you're doing when you're happy, and who you're around, what environment you're in, and all the things like that. Secondly, I think it's really important to be trying new things and to have a really open mind. Ask people about what they are passionate about and learn about what other people enjoy doing, and really take interest into what other people, you know, are telling you that they love to do. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about your mindset and why your mindset is one of the most important directors of your life. Having a big picture mindset is really important into figuring out what you want to do with your life. One thing about that though is that it can get a little bit stressful, because it kind of feels like you have to know everything that you want out of your life up front, which is not really the case. But I mean, for me, that's how I always felt. I used to hate getting the question, what do you want to do in 5 years? Or how do you picture your life in 10 years or whatever? Because I just couldn't picture it. At the time, I had no idea what I wanted my career to be like. I had no idea what the professional workplace looked like. And of course, I was just basing everything off of what my career would be. But I don't think that's necessary. I think having a mindset where you can picture the type of person you want to be, what kinds of values you have, can really help you to frame what you want your life to look like in the next 5 or 10 years. And so I don't think that question has to be stressful. It's important to really realize that the life that you want to make is attainable. If you are envisioning something, it's because you can make that happen. Like anything that comes to your mind, you have the power to make that come true. So don't neglect yourself the opportunity to really bring into fruition the life that you want to live. This is something that I read or watched or something, but it really stuck with me. So it's this idea of having a mindset of abundance and just expecting that things that you want will come to you. Thinking in terms of what you do have, trying to focus and shift your mindset to those things rather than focusing on what you don't have. Rather than focusing on what you are lacking, you try to give from yourself what you're lacking. So for example, something that I have felt like I'm lacking lately, letting things play out and letting, things unfold in my job search. I want to be hearing back from people immediately, and that's just not realistic. So because I'm lacking patience in one area of my life, I'm trying to really give as much patience out of me that I can into other areas of my life. And this can go in a lot of different ways. For example, if you feel that you are lacking love, like that's a pretty basic one. If you're lacking love from someone, give love as much as you can to as many people as you can. The last thing that I want to mention about how to find your passions and how to find your purpose in life is that you really need to prioritize taking care of yourself, spending as much time as you can working on yourself, taking care of your basic needs so that you can have some form of stability in your life. So everything might be in chaos, especially right now, but what you can do is control yourself and how you take care of yourself. So for example, make sure that you're eating well, make sure that you're getting enough rest, you are spending time getting like sun and nature in your system. I don't have everything figured out. I'm not the best at doing all of the things that I just told you. I don't always do everything that I say, but these are just some things that I've been thinking about lately and that I feel like I want to challenge myself to do more of so that I can really, figure out what it is I want to do with my life. And I would really like to hear from you if if anything that I said sparked any ideas, or if you have things that work for you. If you could leave me a comment and let me know what they are, that would be really cool and helpful to me. If you care, here's how my nails turned out. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope to see you in my next video.